Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy John, Megacycle here. RimWorld, right? This is a game, just gonna put it out there, I'm not the best. I'm not the best at any game. I don't think there's a single game in my entire life I could say I'm, like, the best at. But another one I truly enjoy, RimWorld. Story is, you are, a crashed ship. A ship is in critical repair. Warning lights, rain, the whole nine. You escape in a pod, or 3 separate pods with 3 people. You land on some random-ass RimWorld, make the best of it. The main objective of the game is to get into another spaceship, either building one or finding one, and getting back to your home world. That's the gist of it. In reality, I've really enjoyed this game just to play it. Like, I mean, I don't know how many hours I put in. Lots and lots. And I think I've only beaten it once just to see what it was like, and good times. I really enjoy this game. It kind of has a bit of a Majesty feel to it. If you're not familiar with Majesty, you don't have direct control over units. In Majesty, you kind of give suggestions, and you're like, hey, there's a bounty over there. It's a lot of money. Why don't you go get it? But you can't really force them. Here, you can force your pawns, they're called, your pieces, to do stuff. But by and large, sometimes, like, there's been times I've been like, why the hell did my pawn do that? That's not what I wanted him to do. Like, just weird stuff like that. So it's an interesting level of control. I would call this a strategy game, a sandbox game, perhaps. But let's just get started. I'm very confident people are aware of how this works. We'll do it a little tutorial-y, like I usually do. It's kind of my style. For mods, let's take a quick chat about mods. There are several mods that I've been experimenting with, and the way I see mods personally is I look for quality of life stuff. I'm not really looking for, like, game-breaking, like, yeah, we get mega auto railgun turrets, and that kills everything in one shot. It's not really what I'm looking for. I have harmony, which is required for some other mods. A color-coded mood bar, so I can very easily see the mood of my pawns just by color. Real easy. Wall light literally adds little wall lights. It's nice because usually I have a piece of furniture called a lamp on the ground and it looks weird. And also another thing called Rim Fridge. What this adds, it's little mini coolers you can put food. And the reason why that's important is instead of, let's say, your colonists waking up, or your pawns they're called, your pawn wakes up, it's like, it's breakfast time, I want to eat. Instead of walking all the way through the storeroom, through the kitchen, to where the freezer is to get food, you can put these little storage containers in, like, your common area, and it's super nice. So these are the 5 mods I'll be playing with. I'm counting Core as a mod, I guess, or whatever, because it's in the mod list. But these are the 5 I'll be playing with. I will not be playing with Ideology or Royalty, even though I have them both. And first of all, shout out to Pyro Musical for picking up Royalty for me. That was super dope. And then I had an anonymous donor pick up Ideology for me. Super cool. I want to do another run with those, but I want to get a little more vanilla experience. I've actually just recently updated to 1.3, so I'm not really too sure what we'll have in store. I'm used to playing on 1.2. So, let's just get started with the chit-chat. New colony. There's a couple of scenarios. Crash Landed is the most common of the scenarios. So, 3 of you awake in your cryosleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on an unknown RimWorld. You start with 3 people chosen from 8. A little bit of gear, a random pet. The map is scattered with some stuff, and that's really about it. I'm not going to change anything. Next. We're going to go with Randy Random as our storyteller. The storyteller is who's responsible for telling your story. This is the name they give and the relationship they have with the random events throughout the game. So Cassandra Classic is one of the first storytellers when this game was in development. I believe I funded this on Kickstarter or wherever it was. I don't even remember. But Cassandra Classic used to be the only one. And then Phoebe Chillax and Randy Random. So these first 2 storytellers are going to be a little bit more of a calm situation on lower difficulties, but Randy Random is who I want to go with. We're going to go with Adventure Story. That's going to kick things a little bit interesting. And then reload anytime. I'm not looking to save scum. There's only one time I've ever reloaded with a situation I was like, that's unfair. I feel like I got legitimately cheated, reload the game. But every other time, I'm just not like a save scummy kind of guy, but I like having the liberty, so we'll just set it to that. These are your difficulties, and then you either have commitment mode, which you cannot reload. You can only save when you quit the game, and then reload anytime is like more normal. We'll hit next. Oh, let's see here. Seed. Oh, let's do, what am I doing? Nailed it. Globe coverage, I don't really care. One of everything. Oh, okay. So Mechai, oh, okay. I can choose factions. Neat. Alright. Insect gene line, mechanoid hive, that's all terrifying. For my first go, I'm kind of thinking of picking a piece of the world that is like summer all the time. Just because I've still kind of got my kid flippers on. My kid, what are those things you put on a child so they don't drown? Water wings, that. Nailed it. Thanks, brain. I kind of got my water wings on a little bit. I'm looking for a bit of a rough game. That's why I chose Randy Random, but I don't want to get annihilated immediately. So we'll just do growing season year-round. Maybe when we do ideology and royalty, I wouldn't mind doing something a little heavier. We're looking for a growing period of year-round, and here's all the statistics of these little areas. You can have different stone types, movement, general terrain, rainfall, forageability, and just all the information's here. But the one I'm really looking forward is growing season year-round. We can find one that it's not the case, something a little bit more extreme to the north or the south. Oops. Year-round. Year-round. Is it all year? Okay, here we go. The game is broken into 4 quadrums, I believe they're called, and it's basically the culmination of 3 months. So April, May, September, Jogust, and I don't remember the last one. February, I don't know. So anyway, it's almost like if you're familiar with Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley or whatever, you can kind of think of it that way. There's 4 quadrums, each represents a season, so each like day is literally like 3 Earth days if we were to think about it that way. It's not that big of a deal. So here's kind of my plan. I kind of want to start somewhere where it's an easy movement path. Okay, so the lower the movement difficulty, the better. That's good to know. So that way I'm accessible for trade. My main goal here is going to be... Actually, let's take a look at our factions. Purple and yellow would be good to hang around. So yellow, some purple, not too bad. I want to be in a road so I can get more commerce. I don't know if this is a game mechanic, but if I chose somewhere here in like the mountains or hills or something, maybe people would be less prone to show. I think I like this spot here. Will be a nice trading network thing. So flat, low movement difficulty, decent elevation, average temperature's good. That's human decent. It's in Fahrenheit because I'm American and that's what's been burned into my head. Basically, the difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit, really quick. What is it? You double it and add 10? I think. So you can do the same thing backwards, right? So minus 10 and then half it. So this would be 25 degrees, somewhere around there? I don't know. I'm not good with math. It's also early morning, and this coffee doesn't have enough coffee in it. But let's get started. So next, we'll now get to choose our 3 colonists. Each colonist, just super quick, is incapable of things, has certain traits, has certain passions, is indicated by the fire symbols, and a score in each stat, or ability, or skill. I think they're called skills. They also have health, and they have relationships with other people on the crew. Down here, we'll see our overall team skills based on everyone together. Now, I'm not really thinking Knispel here is very good because bad back is bad. Really good at mining, cooking, plants, and crafting those, so you wouldn't have to be moving around much anyway. May? M-E-M-I-E? May? Torso, bite scar. A lot of passions. This isn't bad. Like, an artistic skill of 1 isn't bad because the double passion. Or what's it called? Burning passion. What's this one called? Interested passion. Okay, I've been calling it passion and double passion, or burning and double burning. Just been easier. Chemical interest, interested in drugs, bloodlust. It's a rush from hurting people. More likely to start social fights. Feels alienated and misunderstood. Well, you have a chemical interest and a bloodlust. I can't imagine why you feel that way. Very neurotic. Really good work speed. Teetotaler. No drugs. That's fine. Body purist. Fine. No health conditions. Incapable of intellectual or firefighting. That usually means because... Oh, spoiled child. That usually means because they're a pyromaniac. I'm going to keep you because you seem to be the most well-rounded colonist I have. Plants, artistic, could force them to do other stuff, so that's no big deal. Let's see what else we have here. Bad back. Ouch. Fast learner is good. Global learning factor is really high. That's not bad. Iron-willed. Okay. Kind. That's not bad. Also incapable of intellectual. I'm gonna need someone who could do intellectual because that's how research happens. Let's keep links in mind. Grunt. Great memory. Too smart. Yeah, a bit of a... Wow. I think you're my next. Did I look at you? Yeah, I did. Bad back. Great memory, fast learner, steadfast, incapable of caring, incapable of social. Do I have a medic? I do have a medic. Okay, Grunt is my medic. Cool. So then I can make a bit more of a risk by taking someone like this one. Yeah, so that's another thing that's interesting. If people don't use their skills, they'll actually start to lose them. And I had a mod called Mad Skills that prevented that, but I don't know. I kind of feel that might have taken away too much. Volatile. Incapable of violent, but volatile. Okay, maybe not. Incapable of dumb labor, cooking, social, crafting. I think Blanchard might be my next good choice. So, I've got everybody. How does that put us into... Oh, God. A construction of 2? Okay, I need someone with construction. Double passion there. That's not bad. Actually, I might look at May again. I kind of want to avoid bad back. What if we did something like this? Our mining sucks. Grr. Grr. Medical, construction, plants, cooking, intellectual. I can do without mining. I think this is a good pick. Oh, zeros. I don't like all these zeros across the board. But we'll make it work. You've got a bad back. Artistic. And you're the construction person. Oof. Is there anyone else that's... See, you've got asthma, prosthetic leg. You're not a bad pick either. That's weird. You're a jogger with a prosthetic leg. I almost like Knispel over Edwards. His construction's crap, though, so I'd be back in the exact same position I was before. Okay, let's stick with what we got. Lynx, Grunt, Edwards. Boop. So now the game will pause. It'll give us a little bit of a story. The same story you've already read. Our ship got kabunk-kabunked, and we're landing on a RimWorld. This piece of the destroyer ship fall upon you. Start making plans to survive. Excellent. And once everyone's unloaded, we're going to pause the game immediately. Cool. Let's take a look. Yep, because I chose the road, there's not a lot of, like, mountains or hills or crap in the way, which is perfect. I don't really have any good miners, right? So let's take a look. This is our world. These are our pawns. These are our main control panels we're going to be messing with. Inventory is over here. Learning helpers over here. Why I got black bars at the top and bottom? That's weird. Anyway. I want to first of all start working on our schedule. Our schedule is, what do our people do during the day? I'm going to set this up for 8 hours of rest, work, recreation. Make sure we add some recreation in there. Next, we'll mess with our work priorities. What is important for a colonist to prioritize? And I always do it like this. The first 5 skills, one's all around. If we have, are you a good doctor? You're not a good doctor. And you don't firefight because you're a spoiled child. Any skills that I have, like, only one person can do, one is our best miner. Let's turn that to a 4. Any skills that's only, like, one person can do it, I'm going to want to make higher priority, like cooking. I only have one chef, right? A low cooking skill means there's a higher chance of food poisoning because they prepared the food crap. So I want to make sure we kind of get away from that. I will want to train people, like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little fire icon here. This individual is passionate about art, but their art stat is a little low, so the game just disables it. We'll come back to it, we'll tweak that later. But I'm happy with that. What do we have for an animal? Remington, a donkey, awesome. Donkeys are good haulers if we want to migrate, or we need to do any trade. So, let's get started. I'm going to unforbid all the stuff here. Oh. Is there an unforbid? Allow. There we go. Oh, Bonza. Awesome. Okay. Just make sure we get everything. Alright, let's equip our people. What are tools do we have? We've got like 2 guns and a knife, right? Something like that is what we start with. Shooting. 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 Okay, I want our shooters to have the gun. Equip. You are melee. Equip. Let's turn time down a little bit here. Our melee fighter, I'm going to want to have the plasteel helmet and the flak armor. And the flak pants. Okay, so now there's 2 things I always do right off the bat after we get that done, is terrain affordance is what this is called. This demonstrates very cleanly where you can and cannot build stuff. I believe the blue that's being represented here is shallow water, and the red is deep water. You can't build on deep water. We got jade, we got compact machinery, awesome. The second thing I do is I click this one for terrain fertility. If there's any, like, really hot spots for me to grow crops, we're going to see that by this deep green, or this brighter green, I should say. This bright green allows for much better agriculture, much more fertile soil. It's going to help me grow crops much more efficiently. So this isn't a bad spot. We got some more there as well. Whole pile of it here as well. That's good stuff. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Does that fudge up terrain affordance? It doesn't. I might want to come up here so I don't have to screw too much with the water. There wasn't anything else around here, was there? Yeah, I think that's where I want to go. Is there anything good here? Lots of lumber, plenty of stone chunks. Might set up base right here just so we can get started. That's a good call. So, first thing I'm going to do is set up a dumping stockpile zone just so we can dump our crap. Just all of our crap we don't want. Just, it could be chunks of stone or bodies or just junk. Think of junk. That's all I got. I can't think of anything. What I'm going to do really quick here is I want to set up a roof area for our store stuff, for our actual storage goods. That's going to be our medicine, our guns, our silver, our clothing, our food, all that for right now. Can everyone haul? Set hauling to a slightly higher priority, and these pawns are just going to be grabbing stuff and getting it moving. Actually, Edwards, I would like you to wear the flak pants real quick. Oh, you didn't finish wearing the flak vest. Whoops. Hold on. Put that on, please. Thank you. Okay, our pawns are just going to start hauling stuff all the way over here. It's an area we can start to call home. I wouldn't mind to have that hauled away. The next thing that's really important is twofold. One is a growing zone. So we can start growing plants and crops and stuff. We can actually have food and be sustainable. We start the game with a couple of packaged meals, which isn't bad, but it's not like great. So I'm gonna pop in here. Let's pause real quick. There's a variety of different plants we could do, each with different benefits. I believe corn has the highest nutritional value, but it takes the longest. Potato has a medium nutritional value, takes a medium amount of time. Rice has the least amount of nutritional value, but is the fastest to grow. So I'm just gonna get some plants, just some Rice, let's maximize all this area that we can. I don't need massive, massive amounts of area. I just need something to get us started. So there's that. Everyone's on haul. Good stuff. What I also am going to need to do is start to get our people out of the wind and the rain and all that rigmarole. It's a lot of Maslow's hierarchy of needs kind of stuff that we're going to be kicking on. So I want this to be like our workshop, but our workshop is literally just going to be our bedrooms, our eating areas. It's going to be everything to start. Is that music really low? Let's try that for a little bit. I love the music in a game, but sometimes it can be incredibly overpowering when it crescendos and really loud and all that. I would like a dining area. Let's chop all the wood here. I would like a roof area. I think this is good enough. Just to be safe. Structure. Column. That's perfect. Nice. Let's do that. Once everything is hauled, we can start concentrating on other stuff, like harvesting local environment, you know, just cutting down trees and sowing the crops and everything. I don't need the learning helper. How do I tell you to scram? There we go. Easy does. Alright, we have a couple on haul. Who's my grower? We're going to switch links to be grow, and hopefully, after they dump off whatever, they'll come over here and start planting up rice, which is incredibly important to get our planting done early. So what's Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Food, shelter, self-acknowledgement, sense of identity, fear? I think I got them all. So as that's going on, let's go ahead and set up our sleeping area. None of our colonists are married, or dating, or in a relationship. Right now, just add a little space. Porch lamp. Yep, it's getting to the nighttime. These unowned beds, they will become owned the second the colonists... I keep calling them colonists. The pawns need to go to sleep. But I kind of figure getting everything moved and reorganized the first day is important. That looks good. Okay, we've got some rice planted. Now we have recreation time. So they've got 2 hours to do whatever they want. Speaking of recreation, let's try to make sure that we have some options for our colonists. A horseshoe pin can go there. A chess table. I'll want a few more chairs. What we're really trying to do is build off the capabilities of our colonists, and also we need to take into consideration their needs. You know what? I'm just gonna call them colonists. I'm gonna keep screwing this up. It doesn't matter. Each colonist has a need, whether they're used to a luxurious life, or whether they need to have a super fancy bedroom, or if they like drugs, or whatever. Like, there's a lot that comes with each pawn, and right now we're not meeting these needs. Eating without a table is a negative. Does anyone else have any issues? Slept in the cold, slept in the ground, slept outside, recreation unfulfilled. These are all dings against their mood. Their mood dictates how they perform. If their mood is bad, they'll perform poorly and get cheesed off. And when they get cheesed off, they'll have what's called a mental break. Based on the severity of the mental break, they might break stuff. They might destroy equipment. They might go into a psychotic daze. They might just disappear for a while. So we want to keep that to a minimum. So our first 2 days or so are going to be fairly rough. But it's going to allow us to get some of the resources together. Yep, now they'll eat. There's no table. This is just the framework for a table. Cool, so now we'll get the construction going on. Where is Grunt? What's Grunt? Grunt is still hauling steel. Oh, okay, we reached the limit. A little too high. Okay, a little more construction. We'll actually have, like, decent beds by the end of the day. we'll at least have something that'll shield us from the elements. So that's important. Let's haul this. Next thing we'll want to modify is something called our home zone. Our home zone is, okay, minor break risk, but let's talk about home zones first. Home zones are the areas that our pawns, I did it right that time, I had to think. Our pawns consider like their home territory. What is theirs? This home zone means people will clean this area. If there's a fire that breaks out, they'll defend the area from fire. They'll try to put out the fire. They'll try to take care of it a little bit more than normal. Okay, that break risk disappeared. That's good. Grunt charmed Lynx by comparing her to a breathtaking river. Lynx became aroused and agreed to become Grunt's lover. Awesome. Having lovers and relationships is an amazing thing because it greatly helps people's moods. It's awesome. So we're going to just have a double sleep bed right there. Who was it? Grunt and Lynx? I already forgot. Gosh, there's so many things I want to talk about, and then I just get a little lost. So we're going to say Grunt and Lynx, this is your new bed. Because they'll sleep together, they'll share the warmth and love and dedication and whatever. And yeah, they'll feel pretty good. They'll feel pretty good. Okay, you're my only construction. So I want you to construct over plant cut. So I'm kind of trimming this up a little bit. Lynx, yep, I want you to just like plant cut and grow. Like you're my botanist. Cool, our roof is going up. That's going to protect our stuff from deteriorating. It's still going to deteriorate a little bit because it's outside, but we'll figure it out. All right, Grunt and Lynx, you need stuff to do. Let's go ahead and just start chopping wood. We're going to need a lot of resources. I should take care of one of you. And Grunt, what is your deal? Hunting, which I don't want you to do. Handling, which I don't want you to do. You know what? Just do plant cut anyhow. You're bad at it. But what that's going to do is that's going to increase his plant skill. He'll botch a bunch of planting. But that's okay. So that'll go under plants. So we see a progress to next level. Because he has no passion, he only learns at 35% speed. However, because he's too smart, he gets some bonuses. So he might be able to get a couple levels here after he does some chopping. Edward's already passed out, and you're my construction. Right. Construction is your highest priority. Grunt is stargazing, that's his choice of recreation, and then crashing. Randy has been nice to us so far and hasn't immediately thrown us under the brig. So there's a lot of different rooms we're going to want to build. We're going to want to build... Right now, I've got a workshop, which is kind of like our multi-utilitarian single structure. What we'll eventually want... Rude. What we'll eventually want is a proper workshop. We'll want a proper bedroom setup. We'll want a proper eating area. We'll want a rec room. We'll want a hospital room. When you specialize rooms to do certain things, you gain benefits. You gain certain benefits, like a rec room, a recreation room. That's fine. A recreation room is really cool because people feel more rejuvenated when they relax in a rec room. Is there a TV? Is there a pool table? Is there a poker table? A chess table? Is there a couch I can just sit and relax? Like think about like what you'd like in a nice rec room, right? Is there food to eat? Is there a nice gathering place for us to throw a party or meet with our friends or stuff like that? What is your construction skill? 8? Ugh. Oh, there we go. Okay, chairs are apparently way more difficult. And now hopefully at the end of tonight... Yep, we have that. So I'm going to say build a roof area. Cool. Now we'll have something that actually protects us from the elements. I would also like a wood floor. People don't like to walk on dirt too often. And this is going to help with the construction skill. Cool. They actually have a place to sit and eat. Minor break risk. Grunt, yep. So let's go ahead and take a look at their needs. Grunt needs. Uncomfortable, ate without table, slept in the cold, slept in the ground. A lot of this stuff is going to get cleaned up really nicely. His overall mood is okay, but not great. And again, this is why I like the color bars. Just at a quick glance on the color, I can see exactly what's going on. Okay. Got that. Need a meal source. Correct. We don't really have any meal source, but this is why I wanted to emphasize the rice planting early. So we at least have something. I'll also want to do potatoes, and something that's going to take a lot longer to grow. How about that? It's already defaulted to potatoes. Potatoes. P-A-T-A-T-E-R-S. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The screen minimized. Whoop. Whoop, okay. We're good? I'm used to playing in windowed mode, and now I'm playing in full screen, so I keep forgetting the game minimizes when I'm not when I'm not giving proper focus. Let's phrase it like that. Just waiting for time to tick down. We have temperature, clear day. Yep. Environmental modifiers. The time, we're in the 4th of April, May. Construction botch, that's okay. As they get better with their construction skills, the possibility of botching is going to be less and less and less. Let's get like a proper, just a bed. We'll get to proper bedrooms and stuff in a bit. But for right now, I just want to make sure we've got one area where we could do some stuff. What I want to talk about next is production. The production tab has all the stuff that we do to make things. All the stuff that we make, including research. So you want to butcher an animal for its meat and cook the meat. Yep, that's under production. Oh, sorry, a little bit of hiccup there. I will want a fueled stove. I will want a butcher table. Yep, getting a lot of stuff done here. So let's pause real quick. This is for Lynx and Grunt. That can get deleted, 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 deleted. And that is for Edwards. Now these are really crappy bedrooms. And because we've got multiple beds in here, this room is designated as a barracks. So the pawns will designate how they feel about everything based on the kind of room it is and everything about it. So right now we've got a kind of decent barracks. It's really simple. This is going to be our springboard to move on to better things. I'm gonna guess Grunt is wandering. Yes. Can Grunt do research? Yes, Grunt is our research bro. Awesome. I'm gonna leave that to a 3, but let's talk about research. We get a couple things already, but there's a few things I really need to get really going here. A battery would be brilliant. We already have the capability of producing electricity, but no means of storing it. So right now, that's going to be a big ups. Getting everything figured out. Nice, okay. This game dictates work on what's called a bill. Let's start with our butcher table. You don't just say, okay, do whatever. You give very specific orders in the form of a bill. So like a bill of materials if you're familiar with manufacturing. If you've ever been in a manufacturing or a warehousing situation, you have what's called a bill of materials. And that's like, okay, I want to build a bicycle. What are the items I need to build this kind of bicycle? And the bill of materials would say, okay, you need a frame, you need handles, you need a stem for the handles to go on, you need shock absorbers, you need gears, blah, blah, blah. Thus, effectively, we're saying we want this to happen. And in the details of the bill, we say, how do we do that? How does this get done? So right now I want to butcher creatures. So any animals, any fresh animals that come in, if we go hunting, they'll get properly I guess butchered is the way I guess I'm saying it. So we'll get meat, leather, and any other body products. So that's good. Anyone who's able to do it will do it, unless we prioritize them to be higher or lower. We're also going to say do this forever. You can say do it X amount of times, until you have X, or forever. I always say do forever. Butchering an animal, getting their meat properly preserved is really important. Same thing with the fueled stove. We're going to say add bill. I want to make sure that you make simple meals. We have very simple ingredients right now. We have plant matter. Eventually we'll get meat and other good things, but right now just cook a simple meal. I want you to check our storage, and I want you to do it until we have 20. So same thing. We can go into details, and we can try to say, hey, only vegetarian or only meat, or no animal products or something. So that would constitute like eggs, right? Eggs, insect jelly, milk, yeah. So we can kind of do a little dibble-dabbling on there, but right now I think we've got a good start. Okay, we're getting a little recreation fulfillment. Everyone's looking really nice on the mood. Lynx is playing chess. Grunt was sitting the other direction. Okay, so now if we check the needs. Very low expectations, it's good. Opinion of my lover Lynx. Got some lovin', if you know what I mean. And this is all really great mood boost. So this is really good that we found a couple that wanted to be together this early in the game. It's great. The inverse is also going to happen, or the opposite effect. If they have a fight, or they break up, or they don't want to be with each other, they'll demand separate sleeping areas. And they'll feel pretty irritated about each other, depending on the breakup. Okay, good. Now we've got some idle colonists. We have some construction. And did you plant all the potatoes? Awesome sauce. Okay. I would like another grow zone. I would like us to start getting into textiles. I'm actually going to separate these a little bit more. What we might have as a random event is something called plight. Or blight? Blight or plight? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Been a while since I played. But what will effectively happen is it'll kill off crops. So by adding a little spacing, we kind of take care of that. Okay, you're going to be doing that. We probably need more construction work. Let's get all this hauled. I wouldn't mind starting to build proper bedrooms. From a defensive perspective, it says defense is needed or whatever. I'm kind of looking for cutoff points, but right now I just want to check the map real quick. Just a quick scan. See if there's any other raw resources that are just lying about. Aha! Packaged survival meals. Look at that. Who's not doing squats? I'd like you to haul that, please. Ooh. Some steel? Alright. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Grunt thinks you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? Unification of Southeast, Tyrion, Bobby, Boo, Republican Concord of... Yep. Grunt also thinks you should give this settlement a name. What was the name of the outpost from Red versus Blue? Blood Gulch Outpost number 1. Alpha base. I don't think we'll have multiple bases, but whatever. Cool. At least it's distinct enough. I've played games before where I was like, I don't remember. If you showed me all the names of all the factions and my thing in a row, it's like, which one's yours? I'm like, I don't know. Community of something? I don't know, man. Okay, I'm just looking for any more steel. That turkey got murked. Okay, they'll haul it to the dumping pile, and then someone's going to come here, cut and prepare. Now we have meat, and we have leather, or bird skin. Yep. Excellent. That's kind of how the animal processing process works. Did we get the steel? Okay, steel's important. Let's pause. I'm doing pausing and time manipulation by 1, 2, 3, and the spacebar on my keyboard. Hello. No colonists idle now. Yeah, if we didn't like this starting location, we absolutely could have moved. Wow, lots of steel. I like that. That's nice. Okay, I think we got everything. Metal and stone and stuff will eventually deteriorate over time, but it takes a long time. But still to point, I want to get this stuff all locked in. Oh, even more steel. Awesome. Okay. Edwards, I care more about your needs because everyone else's needs are okay. Impressive, Barrack. You were sleeping in the cold, but because we've got the torches, they do add a little bit of heat. That's not bad. We still have research going on. Research is going to take ages. Oof. I've been playing a little bit of multiplayer. You might have noticed the multiplayer mod in my mods list. I've been playing a little bit of that. That's been crazy fun. Been playing with, oh, okay. Hold on. Grunt and Edwards have the plague. Who is my doctor? Grunt. Crap. Okay. Grunt, I need you to self-tend. Okay. Now he's gonna go self-tend. Edwards. Okay, you're gonna haul that, and then hopefully you're gonna go to sleep because bed rest is priority 1. What was I saying? So, yeah, I've been playing multiplayer quite a bit with Paladin Shotgun. That's been a lot of fun because what we do is we land with, like, 5 colonists, and, like, I'll take 2 of them, and I'll leave the area. Or he'll take 2, and he'll leave the area, or whatever, and that's actually really good fun. Okay, now since Grunt is the doctor, Grunt is asleep, I need you to tend to Edwards. So let's pause and take a look at how the health overview works. Everyone's got a certain proficiency doing certain things based on their body, if they're missing body parts. I mean, do the math, that's gonna hurt. Bad back, which we knew about. Scratch scar, which we knew about. Plague minor. So this breaks down. The plague has oh, what's the word? Infiltrated's not the right word. Has blossomed? Has grown. How about that? Has grown 6.2% in Edwards' body. This comes with pain, a decrease of consciousness, manipulation. Because they were tended to, Grunt's tend quality was high, 81. They can be treated again in 12 hours. The healing expires, the tending expires in 14, and their personal immunity's at 4%. The thing we really care about is their immunity being higher than their plague level. So let's take a look at Grunt. Plague 6.7, 6.8, 7, immunity, okay, close. He's not really ahead of it. Hopefully some bed rest. Okay, Remington has started to roam away. Animals in this version apparently need pens, which I have not done anything with yet. If he runs away, he runs away. I'm not super worried about it. I'm more worried about this plague here. Psychic Soothe Female. Awesome. Thank you, Randy. There's a machine that is spinning tirelessly in the night. And what it's doing is it's calming our female pawns. Okay, we're neck and neck with this plague. We're not really visitors. Okay, that's fine. There's a lot of stuff we could do with visitors. We can capture them. We can incarcerate them. We can do a lot of things, but I'm just going to leave them be. They don't look like they have anything for trade, otherwise it would have mentioned. Okay, immunity is getting higher than the plague, so that's good. Grunt, how are you? You are still sleeping. Your immunity is ahead. Awesome. That doesn't guarantee survival. Like, if we put him to work, if we forced him to do jobs and stuff, his ability to fight off the infection would decrease. So, Colonists needs treatment. Grunt needs treatment. Okay, well, I could wake him up. Actually, his tending's good for another 3 hours. Let's let him sleep a bit. A gift. 150 silver? Well, that was mighty generous. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wake him up by putting him in draft mode. Draft mode means I'm controlling you. I'm telling you what to do. Usually, like in a military situation, is why you would draft a pawn. Pawn will do nothing else. And that's kind of the one exception I said early on, like how this game is similar to Majesty, but it kind of isn't at the same time. Grunt, you're looking good. 36 over 34. Edwards has been doing a lot more sleeping. So her immunity's looking a lot better. And because that Psychic Soothe, she's getting a nice little boost. Psychic Soothe is 16, nice. Yeah, because we have everyone in the same bed area, you're going to get this disturbed sleep a lot. So Grunt is going to take care of Edwards. We have lots of food, that's good. Lots of potential for meals. I could just leave this stuff out here. It'll actually stay fine for 39 days. So it's not that much of a priority. I just want to make sure we got like one good harvest in. Unfortunately, I think Edwards is my construction jockey. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and start benchmarking some space, though. Did that wolf just... Yeah, completely annihilated and ate something else. That's fine. What I do want is I kind of want the bedrooms to be on the exterior. We're just going to do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For a double. Okay. This is gonna look something like this. And that's gonna be beds. I'm adding a little extra because I could designate a hospital, or a prison cell, or whatever with the separate rooms. You can have your prisoners together, but it usually means they're going to escape together, or try to anyway. Alright, we're well above the immunity, or the plague. Grunt, how you doing, dude? I'm barely confident you'll survive. Yeah, if you keep pushing your people over and over and over and over again, and just don't let them proper rest, that's where that's going to be a problem. This is just stargazing. Cool. So now with a setup like this, we can start planning out our base on what that really is starting to look like. Where do we put, like, the fridge? Or where do we put our kitchen? Where do we do, like, our proper research? We also need a better storage area than whatever the hell this is. But this isn't a bad start. I'm pretty happy with this so far. A touch of the plague. A little touch of the plague, but we'll be okay. How's you? Double, yeah, we're 20 above. Both of these pawns will certainly survive. So what'll happen is, once they hit 100% immunity, we'll have like a yellow shield. We'll have a different icon here. Actually, they probably didn't need treatment, but that's okay. A logger from blah blah blah. His name's Jose Lau. Low? Not sure. I want to wrap this up as an episode, but I do want to see this immunity thing done. Just so I can demonstrate. 99 immunity. Boom. So I paused it. The plague was major, but Edwards developed an immunity. Now, even though they have an immunity, they still have the plague. What has to happen is the white blood cells that now know how to fight the foe have to do the work. Like, it just isn't, boom, I'm immune, I'm not sick again. Like, you still catch it, but you still have to fight through it. It's almost like getting a vaccination or whatever. You'll still catch the disease or what have you, but your body just knows how to deal with it. Plague Extreme. There's nothing I can do about that. He's still tended. He tended himself poorly. He'll beat immunity. Oh, man. I do not want to lose a pawn this early in the game. Okay. He developed immunity. He's in extreme pain. He's not happy. And now the plague number is going to go down as he works it out. So if we go back to Edwards, yeah, it's starting to just work itself down. So these people are going to need regular treatment, regular rest, good food, and they'll be able to work it out now that they developed an immunity. So that being said, let's call this here. We got a really good start. I'm really happy with how this is going so far. Our first step in our journey of RimWorld. My name's John Megacycle. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.